This is the digital age. New demographic, social and food challenges, acceleration and globalization of exchanges, dematerialization of products and services, environmental and energy issues. Humankind is facing more changes than ever in such a short period of time. How can we face these changes? How can we adapt and play a role in the changes of our environment? How can we anticipate a constantly changing future? So many questions, a huge, almost discouraging challenge. Yet we've all at some times in our lives been able to change, adapt, take challenges. When slotting the pieces of a puzzle together, when solving equations we thought we couldn't solve, when fixing the parts of an engine, when convincing, motivating or comforting our loved ones. And we've been able to perform these wonders because we have learned. We've learned at school, by ourselves and from other people. We've learned at home or at work. Learning is part of our human nature. It's what helps us turn the unknown into something familiar. It helps prevent frustration, fatigue and anger, loss of confidence due to unexpected failure, anxiety and the feeling that we are part of a world we don't understand. Learning makes us better and more efficient. Learning is what enables us to feel pleasure, experience satisfaction and self-confidence, arouses our curiosity, helps us maximize our talents. This is because we have the most extraordinary invention in the universe, the human brain. The human brain is a sort of miracle composed of 100 billion neurons that are constantly changing and adapting. Our brain's amazing plasticity helps us to be ever more creative, daring and skilled in our activities and work. And we are offered this tremendously complex machine with an instruction manual, Learning How to Learn. Learning How to Learn will provide your brain with a training program that could compete with those of high-performance athletes. This sport training program relies on 3 pillars, whether you want to develop your theoretical knowledge or manual skills: will and commitment to efforts, consistency and repetition, humility and analyzing achievements. We are talking about efforts indeed. Learning is part of human nature. People are cognitive animals, yet it implies efforts, difficulties and failures, just like athletes' improvement. The first lever, the will and commitments to effort, is based on 2 simple rules. First, there is nothing you can do without personal motivation. We learn better when we want to. The good news is that there are many motivators. The joy of discovery, the positive feeling that occurs when understanding a new topic, personal pride, professional needs, need for integration. All you need is to find your own lever of motivation. It acts like a reward to the effort you will make when learning. Linking a positive representation to learning is the best way to fight against procrastination. We all said more than once, "I'll do it later," or "I don't have time." The second rule is about deliberate practice, the attention and level of requirement afforded to learning. Attention paid to the place where you'll learn. For example, a nice and quiet place. Attention paid to defining objectives. The level required when selecting subjects. For example, by first addressing the most difficult ones. The second lever is about consistency and repetition. Just as in sport, training only the day before a competition will be pointless and won't improve your performance. Effort should be made on a regular basis in order to regularly recall the knowledge thanks to repetition and constant practice. Learning in action, consistent and continuous practice can be very helpful when it comes to making learning part of the daily routine. Rich and stimulating environments, with qualified people, for example, experts, but also relatives or colleagues, will foster the efficiency of this method. Indeed, the sharing and passing on of knowledge are the driving forces of learning and implementing processes. The third lever of learning how to learn is about humility and analyzing achievements. Learning entails having a fresh eye and adopting a new perspective. It means stepping out of the comfort zone. Humility will help address new topics, be open to new ways of thinking and doing. Again, contributions of other people and the support of the professional environment are essential here. Humility is also necessary when analysing the progress made. Regularly assessing the knowledge acquired is the key to sustainable learning. What have I learned? Am I self-sufficient? Am I able to integrate this practice into my work? How can I pass on my knowledge? These are crucial mini-tests you'll need to conduct on a regular basis in order to overcome the illusion of knowledge. This self-diagnosis or introspection enables one to learn from mistakes, failures or difficulties, and turn them into markers of your own learning process. Learning how to learn means entering a virtuous circle, gradually building a personal store of knowledge, behaviours, from which you will draw on in order to perform more efficiently and have the opportunity to evolve along with your job. Indeed, 2/3 of tomorrow's jobs do not exist yet, and there are still many changes to come. Learning how to learn is a major challenge for companies and also for you. It will enable you to grow, keep up rather than put up with changes. It will also help you move forward with a sense of confidence, security, feeling curious, enthusiastic, and serene. Whatever the context, the training, the support provided by your company, you have the responsibility to take action. Learning how to learn is now up to you.